Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Return. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 16 yards, a first down.
16 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And that'll be incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. This is caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Complete.
A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. On the return, Corey Ballantyne. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
Here's Jerick McKinnon, his first carry of the ball game. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. Oh, and now some space to operate. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
1st and goal, San Francisco.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Niners 7, Jets nothing.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Gold to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Ballantyne to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
On the return. The Jets take over 1st and 10.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A play fake, and it's Darnold. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
Darnold's pass intercepted.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Open man is born. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
To Kendrick.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. Terrell Basham. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
3rd and long.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. Coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Now Gold for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Ballantyne to return. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Over first and 10 at their own 26.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and it'll bring up third down. They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Airing one out for Crowder. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Back deep, Trent Taylor. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more? It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield, try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field. So on 4th down. Here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
16-yard
New York ready to go again offensively. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract.
And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he will have a 1st down as they're into field goal range now at the 30.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Raheem Mostert and the Niner offense getting the football back. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. To throw is Garoppolo. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1.
At the 3-yard line.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this 2nd half. Ballantyne to return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Corey Ballantyne on the return. The Jets take over 1st and 10.
Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
So they've got to get him going, obviously, right? So you've got to get him in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, that counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You completed 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you've got to get your confidence going.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
2nd and 8 coming up. Darnold from the gun. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And eventually taken coverage downfield. Javon Kinlaw drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Garoppolo now. He'll be taken down there for the sack.
A loss of 4 yards.
Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
To try again after the sack. Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel. Complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Samuel. A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman, because their only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
27-yard line.
Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Denzel Mims that time, and now it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Back to the air, Darnold on second down. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 43. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
At the 43-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Darnold. And that's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and that'll bring up second down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So second down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. Darnold to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Griffin. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. And it's caught by Herndon. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 15-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Darnold from the red zone now. Screenplay, Johnson. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. Now let's listen in on the call.
What's up, man?
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Darnold down to throw. Throw complete to Herndon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10.
How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Jabari Zuniga with the stop.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Mostert. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.